Seriously?
This tape is really wonders. Have you ever used it when you hurt yourself? I
Yeah.
recommend it.
Well, how many times have you twisted your ankle?
This is not my first.
Okay.
This is not my first rodeo.
Be sure to get that tape whenever it happens to me and my wedges.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I did it in my tennis shoes.
Bravo. Those are supposed to be your stability shoes.
There's no stability in my life.
That's why we're here.
I'm like, just get ready. I'm like, there's no stability.
So this is a fun concept, and I'm so glad you're here today because this is my friend Holley, and Holley lives here in the building with me, the building. And we were talking about videos, and I have to give you a little backstory on Holley. My mother first met her, and you guys became really close.
Yes.
And then my mother said, "Oh, honey, there is this girl in the building and she's your age and you have to meet her. I think the two of you will get along great." Well, what do you know?
And
here we are.
Here we are.
Here
and
we are.
What's so fun is to find out that we graduated from the same high school.
I know.
And so we've known each other a very long time without knowing
each other, which is so ironic. And sometimes that happens. And, you know, we're both women of faith, and sometimes God brings you together when you're supposed to be brought together. And so we're both going through these big life transitions,
yes.
Right? That's what we'll call it, and a lot of changes and whatnot. And Holley has watched my channel, and so she loves to brainstorm with me on ideas. So we're actually here today because of you.
Oh, well, I'm so glad to be here because this is just fun to watch what you do and that you get to bring it into my life. And we share your mom because I've adopted her as my mom, and I think we're both grateful for that. Mm-hmm. Getting to share Audrey time because everybody knows Audrey time is really fun. Yeah.
But Holley said to me, so she said, "Okay, what are you doing this fall? What's your plan? What are your videos?" And so I said, "Well, you know, I'm definitely gonna do a fashion video and then makeup and whatnot." And she said, "You know, don't you think people are kind of tired of seeing seeing makeup on you all the time?" And I said, "Well, frankly, yes. Do you have any options?" And she says, "Well,
me.
What about me?" And I thought, you know, that is a great idea for me to be able to do another face and to be able to show you, because I know you've got questions about makeup and application. But
like how to do my makeup in take more than 10 minutes?
Yes, we're going to take more than 10 minutes,
Okay.
and we're going to target specific areas that you've been wanting to address. And that's the neat thing about makeup, is that you can make changes. And so you're like, but do I contour here or here? And what if I'm wanting to do this? And so we get to answer all of those questions today.
Absolutely.
And
so
spend
fun.
more than 10 minutes doing makeup.
Okay. I've got to look nice even to go to the dog park?
No, that's the 10-minute makeup. This is if you actually want to make an impression on somebody other than a four-legged creature, okay? Which I know is where your mindset is at the moment, and that's all good. Okay, so I'm going to back it up and sort of get me out of the shot.
Okay.
You're going to be the main focus, and we're literally going to start from scratch, do a full face. I'm introducing some new fall colors. I went to Sephora for you, picked up some really good things, and we'll incorporate some fall colors. It's very fun. But at the same time, I don't want to just push a certain agenda on you. I want to be mindful of your skin tone, your hair tone, and all of that. And so we can pick colors that fall within this realm, but still give you a nice pop, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to call this like a dialed up daytime. How's that?
I like that.
Okay.
Everybody likes to be dialed up.
Don't we though? Let's do it.
All right.
There you go. You look 12. We're done.
Thanks,
Look how young I made
I feel
you.
so good now. Hi, Oscar.
So you actually brought your own primer, which that's very thoughtful of you. I have everything else, but you like makeup forever.
That's what you told me to buy. Because I was going to go back to when we brainstorm. And most of my brainstorming is in my most important time of day.
Right?
Bathtub.
Of course.
So usually you get texts from me around 10 o'clock at night with all these things. And I'm like, what about this? What about that? I'm thinking, find things on YouTube. I'm like, what about this? And you're like, Holley, I've done that. I'm like, oh, I guess I should look at everything that you do, Dominique.
Right. That's a nice primer, by the way. I'm so glad I recommended it.
So how do you know how much to use? Just make a very thin layer?
Yeah.
Is there any area you should concentrate more on?
Well, this is a pore minimizing primer that you bought. So where do we tend to get enlarged pores? Right here in our chin, right around the nose, the cheeks, the sides, and usually right here in the forehead area. So that's where you'll notice when you watch the video.
Okay.
Okay, that's where I concentrated most of the product.
So I usually put it all
out.
over my face, but I really don't need to.
Focus here, 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 and then just slightly blend out. But you want your concentration to be along the middle plane of your face. And also, it makes the foundation wear nicely on your skin. So it's you know, it's like a primer. When you paint your walls, you prime them.
Sure.
It's the same concept.
Okay.
Another one of my favorites that I'm glad you purchased is the NARS, the Soft Matte Complete Foundation. You're in the same shade as I, medium 2.5.
Are you shocked by that?
Yeah, no, because we're about the same color. You're a little darker. You're a hair darker. And the nails. Yeah, we went for the same nail color too. Yeah, we're twinning in this high rise, that is for sure.
And we're having a good time
And we are having a great time doing it. I love this foundation. This foundation gives such great coverage. And it's the perfect color. See, you picked well.
I did?
Yep.
Yay.
Yep, you did
I was
well.
looking forward to you to tell me if that was really the...
It's absolutely perfect. And I can tell by the color of your skin on your chest and how well it's also blending in to your natural skin tone. So I'm starting again in the middle.
Okay.
And
interesting.
I'm going to, you can kind of, do that with your lips. I'm applying with a brush. I just find as we get older, it can be harder to get the foundation in to all of the areas. So I think a brush sometimes works well for that because you can take it and you can push it in if it's, you know, being stubborn, and especially with a matte foundation. And I'm taking the rest and I'm whisking it out, I think sometimes, unless you need more coverage. So for instance, you told me that you recently had an IPL treatment, right? So I can see the IPL, it'll make the spots that you're targeting get darker and then they eventually flake off.
Yes.
Well, and as we age, you know, we grew up in the sun.
We did.
We're sun babies.
Now let's talk about how we grew up in the sun.
Let's.
So, everybody remember her video, or where she was it in their book that you talked about sun in?
Oh my gosh, yes, that was in the book.
Yeah, I did that too.
You too?
So you can imagine our hair in
We
sun
were
in?
clown orange.
We were.
Yeah.
We were.
How old were
absolutely.
you?
That was junior high.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, I did that. And then what about like the whole body oil?
Oh, yeah.
You just sit out there and fry.
Body oil with iodine and the reflector.
Absolutely.
And do you remember Bain de Soleil?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't even find that stuff now. They sell it for like $300. Somebody owns it, and it's coagulated and all kinds of weirdness.
Yeah, so that's why we have to do IPLs.
Yeah, we're in Texas.
In Texas and on the water and water skiing.
Show them your foundations.
Here we go.
Look how pretty. What I'm going to do is, for the eyelid, I like to do an eyelid primer. Okay. But sometimes I find if you really want the pigmentation of the eyeshadow to really pop, to do a concealer. But a very light amount.
Is that powder or is that?
It's actually a NARS cream concealer, and it's medium 1 custard. So it's a hair lighter than your foundation.
Well, I think that's great because I've noticed also since she did that IPL that she kind of concentrated a little bit on my eye because I spoke about how, especially if I'm tired or stressed, that the very corner of my eye will be almost black. I feel.
You mean the outer corner?
No, like right
inside. Oh, in the
There.
inside.
Yes, that's where I show my stress and my fatigue.
Yep.
And so we kind of tried to see if we could make that a little bit better.
Right.
And in doing so, I noticed that some pigmentation's coming out of my eyelids.
Got it.
So yes.
Yes, and that happens naturally. You know, we get more of those sort of purples and darks in the eyelid, the veins. The skin gets thinner as we get older, and so we're seeing more of the veins come through. And that's what's leading to that discoloration and then the looseness of the skin, which we just love so much. No, we don't. So I know. And so that's why sometimes I think using a concealer and a light amount on the lid, and just like you were saying, I'm going in on the corner here because I really want to touch that darkness that you're talking about.
Are you seeing it?
Yep. Yeah. That's bothering you, and I want to. We'll use a light eyeshadow on the inner corner anyway, but I just want to hit that with concealer too, just to open that up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, because this is a cream-based concealer, I'm going to set this with a powder before we even apply eyeshadow because it's so creamy and sticky that the eyeshadow won't be able to blend in very well. And so you've got the Laura Mercier translucent, the little baby.
Yes, for travel.
For travel. So this is actually perfect, even for setting the under eye area as well. But I'm just gonna tap this, and we're both wearing black, so I know we're gonna get hit with powder, but such is life.
So you did the concealer, and now you're doing just this.
Just a hit of translucent powder, because I want to set that concealer. I want it to have a nice matte finish. Everything we're doing is matte, all the eyeshadow colors.
So shiny colors, are they out? Are they in? Or is that too hard of a question? Or is it more just for evening?
I think it's more for your face. How do you like that for an answer?
Okay.
Look, shimmer always has its place, and more so for the evening than the daytime. Not everybody can handle shimmer. If you've got too much skin, too much heaviness on the eye, shimmer will just pick that up. It'll make this part of the lid protrude. It can age. We want to stay away from shimmer sometimes as we get older.
Okay.
So it depends on your eye shape. And if you don't have heaviness and you have more of an open eye, you can do shimmer.
Okay.
So I would say stick, at our age, stick with a matte shadow, because you simply cannot go wrong. Now you and I are both kind of about the same color naturally, and I can see with your brow. So I have loved this NYX Lift and Snatch Espresso Brow Tint Pen. I use this, I think, in every video.
Okay.
And take a look. See how fine that little tip is?
That's for your eyebrows?
That is for your eyebrows.
Oh, that's cool.
And I literally draw in eyebrows like microblading. So I'm going to have you, so let's see, can everybody see? Yes. Okay. So I kind of follow the natural. And you have such pretty brows.
Thank you.
And we're going to just kind of go in and make them a little stronger. The top brow hairs go from top down. So I just mimic that pattern. In any areas where you're like a little sparse, that's what's so nice about this pen, is that it just can fill in. It can do little hairs, or it can really thicken an empty area.
You're going outside the box. That's nice.
Yes, way outside.
I have to travel tomorrow. Do you think I can just
Why don't you just sleep like
sitting
this?
straight up?
Yeah, sleep like this.
Is this what you got for me?
It is what I got for
yay.
you. This Tartelette palette, Amazonian clay matte palette. That's what it says.
Okay.
Amazonian clay.
And just know it's that really pretty purple color.
Yes.
It's
so
really pretty.
So when you look at this, what colors are you immediately drawn to?
Well, I'm always going to use that. It's going to lighten up my eyes. But I'm going to usually do browns. If I ever do like this black, it's just I use it as an eyeliner.
Right.
But I personally think that's probably a prettier color on me than black.
Yeah, a deeper purple.
But I am really bad at shading and knowing how to do eyeshadow. So I'm really excited about you teaching me how to do it, because I'm just kind of, honestly, even I've watched your videos, I sit there and go, wait, what color goes where, and what is the darker area, and what is the lighter area? So
Got it. Okay.
This is going to be fun to learn.
Okay, so we're going to walk through this.
Okay.
So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start, I kind of like this top row for you. It's cool, but it's got a little kick of warm in these two colors. So it's like the best of both worlds. But the first one, the Force of Nature, is sort of a peachy pink. And I'm going to use this.
Real quick question. Do you think they designed it to make it
yes,
feel like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As you can see, these are all cools, all in the purples, all kind of warm in the brown.
So when people look at it, they know that,
to go
pick that row or that row.
100%. But you can still get a little.
Still, it's just kind of good to know when you look at a palette what they were thinking when they made it.
Yes. In this case, definitely horizontal.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So we're going to start with your lid, and see this color? It's like a peachy. It's a warm peach. It already has a little bit of depth to it, which is good. I'll probably get you to cheat a little bit more that way. Perfect.
And you don't worry about packing it on.
Nope.
See, I would, because I think it just really sits in my creases and it makes me look older. But you think, no.
No, because I've already set you with a concealer and a powder, and I really want the pigmentation of this to show.
Okay.
So sometimes you've got to get a bit of a heavy hand. And I'm leaving a little bit of space under the brow, but not much. And this is an area where we ladies, as we get older, as our lids get heavier, I joke, we lose real estate. up here, okay?
Okay.
So to create a more open looking eye, we have to go higher.
Okay, so it feels like you're taking that color and you're putting it all over, is that right?
Yeah, but I'm going way up. So now we're gonna start carving in. So that was that force of nature.
Okay.
We're gonna start carving in.
Oscar's right there.
He's right
watching
there.
us.
He's being a good boy.
He's so good.
So dreamer, I like that.
I like these like names.
Aren't they great? Force of nature, dreamer, multitasker. Are we not all the above?
Absolutely.
Okay, so for this, I'm gonna start going now a little bit higher and out to the side to build in some depth. So think of it as sort of a number 7 in a way.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, we're not going all the way in. You go all the way in, you're right back with the darkness in the inner corner. And number 7 on the outside, starting at about halfway
Okay, I feel it.
above your iris and coming down.
Kind of worried about the pressure when you see me and I've done my eyeshadow and you go, that is not at all.
That is
how
not
I
a
did
number
it."
7. Why did you put an 8 where I said 7?
Even that, but is that the shape you decided to do your eye? The pressure now. Oh, you need to come over.
Yeah.
I'll trade you wine.
Okay, that's a deal.
Wine and swing time.
Okay, she has the most amazing swing on her porch, by the way. We spend a lot
fun.
of time there.
Yes.
Okay, so that really opened up.
Okay, I see that.
You see what's
and
going
let me
on?
just tell you, that's so interesting because if I did this in my bathroom, I
Yeah.
would say, hey,
Too much.
you put too much makeup
Uh-huh,
on.
I know.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going with this multitasker.
Okay.
And I think this is going to be rich enough. Yep, sure is. It's a beautiful color. It's like a nice smoky brown. So I'm
So you're
just,
putting along my eyelashes.
and just the outer part. And going up a little bit. So now think of this as sort of a smaller number 7 or a V. You know, it's also been described as a V.
Okay.
It's just that the base of the V is here. But what we're doing is building some width. And I'm going this bold on you because my feeling is you can always dial something down, right? You can take a technique and always bring it down into a lighter mode. But I've never seen you this dialed up for day, and I want to show you the possibilities of what it can look like.
Okay.
And then you make it and design it to suit your needs, your lifestyle, your taste. But I think it's a little bit more impactful to show what
Well, it's fun
can
to
be
learn.
done.
I mean, I would say the reason why you wouldn't see me this way is just because I don't really know how to do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to do my, 10-minute makeup.
Sure, you're going to do what you're familiar with. And then I just take a blending brush that has no color whatsoever, and I just kind of whisk it. Sorry.
No, I need to keep doing that. Otherwise, how are they going to see what you're doing?
I don't know.
I know. And then it would be pointless.
I know.
It would only be just for me.
It would just be for you. Ollie's video. Here's your tape. Enjoy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day.
Have a good day. Okay. Free spirit, which is what you are. That light color is going to just hug right underneath this pretty eyebrow that we've created.
Really
And
small.
Especially, it is very, very small.
Very tiny line.
Yep. So we're going inner corner, brighten that up, and then just hugging right under that brow. And so it makes the brow pop, separates the eyeshadow, and provides light where you need it. So take a look and I'll show you what it's doing. So if you just do a tiny, tiny line, what you're essentially doing is giving some separation between the eyeshadow and the eyebrow, but without coming too far down with the light. If you come too far down with the light, then you create heaviness in the eye again. Does that make sense? And then really lighten up this inner corner. Okay, and then suddenly your eyes just got really, really big.
Really big?
Really big. And we'll clean up anything that falls underneath.
no,
We're
that's
gonna
good.
clean up and all forward, don't you worry.
Okay, so not too much light on the top.
Not too much light on the top.
7 and V. Okay.
Got
I
it?
got it. I got
Okay.
it. Did you put any eyeliner on there?
Not yet. We're gonna do that now. And then,
know.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tight line you, and I just got a couple.
Tight line?
Yes. Tight
Tight
line. Walking the high line. So I was at Sephora, and their brand is really good. So it's retractable, waterproof eyeliner. And then it's got a little smudger if you want to do any smudging on the bottom.
How do you know if you should use black, brown, or a color?
Great question. Okay, for you, black, because you're dark, your brows are dark, your lashes are dark. So, and especially since we went dark in this darker corner here, I would say dark. You could do a brownish black in between, but I think just a brown would get lost. And what we're trying to do here is bring some definition to the lash line. And so that's what tightlining is. So it's kind of a weird thing. And I don't know if you've done this before, but you're actually going to look up.
Oh yeah, I've seen you do
so you're
this.
going to look like halfway actually, like right in there. So kind of find it something to focus on. And I'm literally going to,
Yeah, good luck with this.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to run this in your lashes, and you're going to attempt
Not blink.
to focus.
I feel like I'm in like Pilates, holding my tree.
Is this what Pilates is like?
I mean, not Pilates, I meant yoga.
I was like, wait a second, I thought we did yoga. Look
That
at
is not
you.
easy.
It's not, but it makes your lash line absolutely pop.
Okay. I've seen you do this on your videos before.
Yeah.
And then did you have it come outside my eye?
Yep, just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, and then I take my brush that had that darkest shadow, and I just smudge it.
So on yourself, this is a lot easier.
Oh yeah, it's a lot
Do you
easier
just-
on you.
Do you just pull up your eye and just...
I look straight ahead. I will pick a midway point in my mirror and then run it underneath and just literally go back and forth and just smoke it in my lashes while finding a midway point. You don't want your lid too high, you don't want it too low, but you just come in there and you smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll get used to it as time goes
Okay.
by, I promise you.
Okay.
Trust me.
I trust you.
Okay, so again, look for like something right there.
I'm looking at our neighbor, Jacques.
Okay. And that's why it's also super important to pick a really easy to apply, smudgy, blendy,
That it goes on pretty quick.
goes on quick, yes, because if you're struggling with it, the last
gonna
thing,
quit.
you're going to quit and you're just going to be so mad at yourself and your eyeliner for not going on. And the reason why I want waterproof is that because it gets into the waterline, if it's not waterproof, and it's the one thing that most women complain about, why is it that all of my eyeliner is falling below?
Okay.
And it will transfer below into your lower lashes if it's not a waterproof.
Okay, good to know.
I'm going to smudge the outside. And that's it. So now I'm going to have you apply this brand new Givenchy Volume Disturbia.
Like,
Wow, it's like
that sounds kind of serious.
doesn't it? It's 24-hour
Disturbia. That kind of sounds like my life. It's been very disturbed.
It's been very voluminous. the Disturbia.
And look, it's red. Makes
It's
a
angry.
lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
I thought it would be perfect for this video.
I do too.
You want to knock yourself out?
Why don't you give me some tips?
I personally like come in, wiggle, pull out.
Okay.
Come in, wiggle midway, pull out.
Okay. We'll see if I do this right.
Okay. And get rid of the excess.
Come in and wiggle, pull out.
And just do it slowly.
Regress. Always. Okay.
Okay, focus.
Yep.
I
Here
know.
we are.
Here we are. Okay, look right here. Look that way, right? Like right here, a
We've
little
got
lower.
Oscar's attention
I
again.
know. Okay, look right,
Look,
right.
like,
Yes.
You mean like your hand?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh shoot. See, now I messed it up.
Oh. the
Okay.
pressure.
It happens to the best of us. And I think too, that's why I like to wiggle, because that wiggle gives it a nice little bend
Okay.
in the lash.
Do you think as of right now they were curly enough?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You've got plenty.
You know what I've done before that's really fun for not wearing makeup is,
Look
okay,
well
look,
again.
sorry, is you can go get them curled and dyed.
You know what? That may be a video, because I'm not doing the extensions anymore, but I would love to try that.
I liked it, actually,
did?
because
How long did it last? I mean, was it worth it? Was it worth the time and money?
well, I think it's kind of pricey. I think it was about $100.
Okay.
And it was kind of worth the time and money in the summertime for me because I
Yes.
thought, okay, I just don't wear a ton of makeup. And
Right.
especially when I was just doing different things, whether it was exercising or out on the water or
Yeah,
whatever
it's just
it was.
the ease, feeling
and
like
it
you've
was
got
just
eyes.
always there, yes.
Yeah. What I might do, and I talk about this a lot, is just sort of smudging a color in the lower lash line.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Okay, so you take
Okay.
the eyeshadow versus
Yes.
the mascara.
And what I'm going to do is this middle tone, right? So not too dark and certainly not the light. And if you just want to give, let's say you don't have the kind of depth that you have in your lower lash line, you just take a mid shade and you hug right in your lashes. And this helps to give a nice little border.
And that is better because I remember in one of your videos you said, as we age, don't put mascara on the bottom because it just makes your eyes look heavy.
Yep, it droops. Everything as we age droops. Our lids
keep
droop,
it all
our eyes
going
droop,
up.
keep it going up.
Okay.
And I'm even going to pop on a little outer wing magnetic lash on you too, just so you can experience.
Now you're really pushing it.
Oh, big time girl. If you pull this off, if I see you with a full-on makeup and outer wing lash, I'm going to bow at your feet.
You're going to think the rapture's coming.
It pretty much, yeah. Or she's got a really hot day.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Well.
Okay, so something I'm noticing right now that I do wrong at home. I will have already put on concealer underneath my eye.
No, ma'am, because there's still so much
you go.
spillage from the eyeshadow here, even from mascara. You can get little flakes and
you do
whatnot.
that.
And I
Look
saved
at
the
that.
concealer because the concealer you can also use to cheat and
To clean up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 100%.
There we go. Learned that today.
Okay, concealer last.
knew that?
Who knew? We knew. She likes it by Under Eye, which is a great concealer.
Who told me that?
Me. Okay, now do you know that you're supposed to warm this up in your fingers before you apply it?
No.
Okay, because it's super, super thick, and
You probably
it can.
taught me that. But you know, I forgot.
But it helps to really spread it
Okay.
super well. So I do that, and then I'm going to pat it in, and then I'm going to use the brush to spread it.
And then how far do you know to go down on your face?
You kind of follow the darkness,
Okay.
basically.
Where you need to go.
Where you need to go. And that's
Okay.
why I just kind of start right here, and then I'm going to take my concealer brush, which is about yay big, and now I can start targeting areas, right? So I'm pushing it in, just like I did with the eyeshadow. And your darkness is right here, the hollows. And this is where you want to focus your concealer, but you don't need
All the way up there?
no, you don't need the whole
I would've thought I
thing.
did.
And that's when people say, well, I feel like, it's just making my lines look worse. That's because it's too much concealer going out. So I just use the remnant of what I've got left to clean up out here.
And I always have that little bubble right there underneath that eye. Wonder what it is.
It's generally it's fat pockets that start to develop from our age. The eye, as everything gets lower, the eye even gets lower in the socket, and it causes whatever fat is under here or even fluid to protrude.
Is there anything we can do for that? Or no?
Call a doctor.
Oh.
Yeah. Fluid stuff, if it's fluid, you can make changes with lifestyle. Less alcohol, less salt,
Okay.
more sleep can definitely have an impact. If it is,
Taking all the fun out of life.
sorry, well then enjoy your pocket,
Okay.
It's the party pocket.
So when you see me in the elevator, you're going to say,
the party pocket.
oh, that's
yeah.
a bad party pocket, Holley.
Yeah, someone had a good time.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
That happens where we live.
But yeah, and so even those little patches, those little cool patches that you can put on in the morning.
Okay,
If
so
they,
we talked about that.
Yeah.
Let's do a video on which ones are good, because remember when I told you I put some on my eye and they became
your eye got irritated.
like bad.
Yeah.
And it was irritated for probably 4 hours.
Okay,
And
so
I
there
couldn't
was
even cover it up.
There was something in there that you were
Yes.
allergic to.
So
Yep.
the problem is you don't really even know till you try it.
No, and generally the ones that help with the puffiness will have cucumber and caffeine. Those are kind of the ingredients to look
Yeah.
for depuffing, and some other ingredients as well. But you got to
Green
be
tea?
yes, but you
Yeah.
have to be careful if your skin is sensitive. So now I'm going to set it.
The sister I didn't get to have.
I know.
Now I do.
Well, but do you have siblings? But I never.
They're all boys.
Yeah.
But I always tell my girls when they were younger and they didn't like one another, sorry guys, just ratted you out. But now they're very close. how
great?
lucky they were
To have each other.
a sister.
100%.
Yeah, and as they've aged, they've
Oh, they see it, don't they?
well, they're two completely different personalities, so it made sense when they were younger that they just did not jive, but now they do, and that makes life so much better. And you're about to be an empty nester.
I sure am next August.
Do you have anything on like your bucket list for that? Or you not even really think
I
about
can't
it?
even think about it. I feel like I have so many things that I need to check off my list to even think about that. And by the way, this is your
Wait.
Laura Mercier Translucent Loose.
Okay,
It's
so
just
but
massive.
here's the other thing. You just put powder on before you put on any blush or contouring.
Yes, ma'am. You don't do that?
No,
No.
I put that on last.
Oh, see, because
I'm
the...
confused.
Okay, powder first, because I'm used... Don't be confused. I swear this video is going to clarify it all.
So great.
I know. I told you I was going to put on a little outer wing. What do you think?
That's intense.
Isn't it, though?
Hello, Lash
Hello,
Lover.
Lash Lover. One case, two pairs. This is by 12 Cosmetics. And so they've got
Where would you even get this?
Amazon. Where do you think I get half my stuff?
Nice.
I know, right?
How would you even pick?
Well, they're all the same. So it's
Wait, they don't look the same.
They are. So that's the top and that's the bottom. Top is thicker, bottom is thinner, top left, top right. And then the little red dot tells you this is the bottom and it's face up and that's going to connect.
This is serious.
This is legit.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay.
Can you reuse these?
Oh, absolutely, all the time until they just fall apart or the magnets don't click anymore. Okay, so top left.
Because it's magnet.
That's there. Okay.
Okay,
Top left. So what I do is I take this. Now this is going to be really weird. So look about here.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm going to rest this right where I want it. And now don't move. And I take the bottom left.
No harsher.
No pressure. Don't move.
Are you kidding me?
I'm serious as all get out. Okay.
Oh wait, they just click together.
You felt it, didn't you? Okay, so take a look at and it just gives this little,
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
isn't it though? It's a little dramatique.
Check that out.
I know. And so the trick is kind of getting them.
Is there like a better, because it seems like I bought these in the past and they didn't magnetize.
Oh yeah, some brands are better than others for sure. I
So
like
you can
these.
also get these like in a full.
Oh, you can do a full set,
set.
but they're harder to apply. Now look up just a hair. Yeah. I find,
That's so freaky feeling.
isn't it though? A little click. Let me see, did I think they're pretty even.
Look at you go.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very nighttime. Now, granted, I said I was going to do a daytime look, but I want to give her options, just so
giving me so many
just so she knows that she can. It's not I think I can. It's I
So
can. I can.
once I get experience in this, what would you say a typical 20 minutes?
Yeah.
30 minutes?
No more. No more.
Gotcha.
I don't want you spending any more than 30 minutes on your face. That's already too long. I want you to get this down. Okay, contour. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell which one I use the most?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is orangey, this is very brown, this kind of splits it. It's like a taupey color.
Okay.
And I find it doesn't overdo it.
Okay.
So I tend to like this one a lot. And this is the Kat Von D Contour Palette Shade and Light. Now for contouring, there you go. I'm just going to come in, make sure that we can all see, just underneath your cheekbone. And this is where it gets so cool because you really can sculpt in all kinds of features. Once we do matte, because you picked a nice matte foundation,
Okay.
and then we kept everything matte,
Would you say that matte is better for people over 50?
I would say it's a personal choice. It depends on how much makeup you want to wear. It depends on your skin type. Depends on how oily you are or how dry you are. Those things oftentimes dictate what formulation.
So if you're oily, you should lean
You should go
towards
matte.
Matte. And if you're dry, then you would go
More
towards,
to dewy.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
makes
sure.
sense. Okay.
For sure. And then what's so neat is that there are all these great formulations that are kind of in between. Not super greasy. Some mattes aren't super drying. I mean, it's amazing what you can find.
Okay, any tips to what you just
Okay,
did?
so I just went right here.
Okay.
Right, just underneath your cheekbone. I didn't come all the way forward. No stripes. Kind of stop right in this area.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Okay.
but we're bringing in some cheeks and we're letting your cheekbones come up.
Okay.
And so here's the neat part too, the jawline.
Why do we do this?
Because it really sharpens the jaw.
Okay.
And it gives some nice definition. And I come a little bit
Same
higher.
color?
Same color. I'll come a little bit higher because what happens is as we get older, everything starts coming down and we get heaviness more in the jawline.
Okay.
This helps to narrow. So you just run it here and then pull it down, because again, you don't want to see any
lines.
Yes, no lines. And if you go too heavy-handed, you know what? You can always grab your
Blender.
your blender, your loose powder puff, whatever, and just put it on top and soften it.
Okay. And going back to like how you said that you wouldn't be sad, I hear moms talk about some that really struggle with their kids leaving.
Sure.
And I think the most important thing that I always say is, if they're happy, why
Yes.
can't you be happy?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that all depends on even what your home life is at the time.
Yes.
Or
Oh, for sure.
There's so many factors that go into it. But,
For sure.
you know, it's all about, we raise them
Yes,
to fly.
I know.
And so being sad about it, we're teaching them, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I get why women do struggle with it.
For
but
sure. And it's
I just want
also
to
a-
encourage those that struggle just to be happy that you raised a child to be able to fly.
I know. And to be independent and to see them happy and not needing you all the time, I think is a
Yeah,
really good thing.
That's a, like, affirmation that you've
Yes.
done something right.
For sure.
Even when they leave, my girls were, you know, of course, I still talk to them all the time.
Of course.
But finding a new purpose is really important.
I know. How did you do it?
So while the girls aged, I had different things that I did that I liked. Meals on Wheels.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked that. When they were younger, I was really involved in women's ministries. But
Yeah.
after COVID, I didn't find myself getting really back into that. But I was thinking just last week, I would like to, because things are just now kind of
Coming back.
coming back.
Yes.
And I did find that as a really good, you know, purpose-driven thing, because it just keeps you moving in the right direction all week.
And productive.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So those two things. And then, of course, I love to cook. So
I know you
was
do.
always in the kitchen, and that is my happy place.
Yes.
And
I've been the beneficiary of some of those little concoctions. Thank you very much.
which is, yeah, I need to get back in the kitchen more.
Well,
Absolutely.
It makes you happy.
It does make me happy.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I
still,
know.
and you know what, Dominique, I'm still finding my purpose. I think
Yep.
even as each year goes, and especially with life changes,
Right.
and sometimes I beat myself up about that, but
Yeah.
we'll find our way.
You will.
I will find my way.
You will. Take your time. You
Yeah.
know, there's no rush, and don't beat yourself up. Right? We always have to remind ourselves of how beautiful and wonderful we are in God's eyes.
Absolutely.
You know?
I mean, and you know I tried
I know.
really boldly, and that
Yes.
was really fun, and I learned so much by trying to go get a bigger, better job.
Right.
And so what I learned is that we might think it's God's will, but His will might have stopped at a certain point, and I learned what I need to learn in that moment.
Absolutely.
So still trying to find that purpose.
Good for you.
But yeah.
And keep searching and keep digging.
Yes.
So we've got some contour going here.
Here.
Yep. We've got some contour going
Here.
here.
Did you do anything to my nose? You
I
did.
contoured your nose. I went here on the sides and
Why
on
do
the
we do
tip
that?
to bring it in,
Okay.
to make a
And you
wider
put
nose,
brown
more
on the
narrow.
tip of your nose?
A little brown, just tiny bit right there.
Okay.
A little bit here, and then we're going to run some highlighter right down the middle.
And then you did up here too.
And I contoured up here as well. It's like where the sun would get you, basically.
Okay.
So blush just runs right above.
How do you know, like, if it's too dark or if it's the right color?
You can almost tell, and what I like about this Charlotte Tilbury, it's got a little highlighter in there. So if you wanted darker, you could run more on the outside. If you want lighter, you can run more on the inside. So you can sort of dial in how deep you want it to go, and that's a neat option, which is kind of why I like this blush a lot. And what's neat is you can kind of combine them. This is Walk of No Shame. That's the name of the color.
I mean, all the names that you picked for the makeup is just,
Aren't they good?
they are.
I know.
Any tips on putting on the blush?
Yes. Okay. So blush. This rosy apple thing pulls the face down.
Okay.
At our age, we go right up here, right on the cheekbone.
Okay.
And up,
Okay.
right up high.
Close to the eye.
Yep. And
Okay.
not forward.
Okay.
Close. Yep. Just right underneath. And we're going to add some highlighter. So this brush is dual-sided. And I'm going to go back to this Kat Von D and talk about like running in different colors. Sometimes I just go like that. And I'm like, yeah, I like you, I like you, I like you. Great. And then take that highlight
Underneath your eye.
and run it right there.
To cover up the party pocket, are you better off to go light, medium, or dark?
Well, it depends on how big that party pocket is.
Okay, let's say it's a bad party pocket.
Well, then what I want to do is highlight underneath the party pocket. Right.
Okay.
See, so you want to hit right under it. So if that's the party pocket, If you hit it with too much light, Party Pocket is suddenly just out. But if you hit with light right underneath the Party Pocket, then you're elevating that skin underneath to kind of come up to meet it.
See, you don't have a Party Pocket. That's why you needed to do makeup on me.
Well, the wine that we have after this video, I might have a Party Pocket.
No,
Thank you very much.
I don't know that I've ever seen you have a Party Pocket.
I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of hard to have a friend like you that's so beautiful, but I've gotten over it.
Really? Give me a
Yes,
break.
it's fun.
I just love having you as a friend.
It's so fun.
So fun. You've been such a blessing in my life.
Me too.
Okay, so just right down the middle
Is the
is
light
the highlight.
color, okay?
Yep.
So you got dark, and then you got, okay.
And then I run it right up here above the lip.
What does that do?
Makes the lip protrude, makes for a fuller upper lip. And then just hit right here in the middle of the chin. So it just brings the center line of the face out.
Okay.
Yep. My absolute favorite lip pencil, you've probably seen this 100 times, Nude Truffle by NYX.
Probably.
And it's just the perfect
You
nude.
need to know that's not part of the 10-minute.
I know it's not. None of this is part of your 10 minutes, Missy. None of it.
Okay.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so sort of relax your lip. Yeah, now I'm gonna run this slightly above. That's what's so great about this pencil, is that it literally matches your lip color. It matches almost every lip color. So you can draw outside the line to create a fuller pout. I do this all the time. And then what's really neat is that you can kind of flick it out right here. The last thing that we want to do is draw down, which is what tends to happen. So you don't want to go down because it only accentuates the downturn. You just want to pull it out just a little. It's like you're mimicking a little bit of a grin, just ever so slight. Makes a huge difference in the shape of our mouths.
Wow.
I know. But I think, you know, shade and light, I'm telling you, you can really make big things happen. So what's nice is that this is the color of your lip, and then I just take my finger and I'm literally just doing a super, super light smudge, so suddenly it just makes your lip look bigger.
Is that what's on you right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
And it's real natural looking.
Your lips always look so pretty.
It's this, I'm telling you, it's this NYX Nude Truffle, costs nothing.
NYX is like a Target brand, right?
Yep. Yep,
Gotta
drugstore.
love that Target now has Ultas in them.
Love Target, and we just, you know, have one in our
We
backyard.
can walk to it.
We can walk to it.
As Audrey said, I walked too far the other day.
I went to Target. I'm like, Mom, why are you
She's
doing
like,
this?
I didn't feel very well afterwards. I'm like,
No kidding. Yeah.
Audrey.
I know.
we love you, Audrey.
We love you, Audrey, so much. Okay, so I told you I went to Sephora, and I love this. I was thinking about this for you. So this is, it's called Wedding Bells, B-E-L-L-E-S. No, don't hate me. But it's pretty, just like you.
I was just commenting on your good names.
I
and then
know,
you
and then I pull this on you.
Okay.
Well, it could be Nude Romance. You want that one? Perfect. All right, so I'm going to play with her hair for a little bit. Okay, before I zhuzh the hair,
Okay.
I'm so glad you brought this because we both use it.
Yes.
And it's the Color Wow Root Touch-Up.
Yes.
It's amazing. And so you and I both are kind of in the same boat, few grays around the hairline and stuff. And this way you can buy yourself some time between coloring.
Save yourself money.
Save money.
Make yourself feel better.
Right.
You know, when you're just, because when it sits right there on your hairline, it just, I don't know.
Some days I
Well,
don't
it's
care.
just good for our skin to not wear makeup every day, honestly.
Yeah.
Just put on the sunscreen and
I think it's kind of
It'd
good
be
for
good.
our mental space sometimes, just to say, I'm okay like this.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with
Yes.
me. I am good.
I think some of those days we look the prettiest.
You know what? I think you're right.
You know,
I do. I totally do.
look,
I am
no
so
longer
digging
have
this.
gray hair.
Okay, no, you don't. So I'm going to wave the magic wand.
Okay. Voila.
What do we think?
I don't know.
Well, hold up.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'll be able to tell till I look in a big mirror.
Okay, a big mirror? I don't have a big mirror.
No, that's okay.
But here's a little mirror.
Oh, that's so fun. Look at that. You made my skin look so great.
What do you think?
Aw,
I think you look amazing.
thank you. Thank you, babe.
You're
You
welcome.
gonna come over and do this every day?
Yeah.
Okay, glad.
Yeah.
Glad to know that.
You look unbelievable.
Oh, thank you. This is fun. Love you, friend.
I love you too. Thank you for your idea.
This
If you
was
have any
fun.
more, text me when you're in the bathtub.
All the time.
Okay, great.